happen, I'll go, oh yeah.
A few other things did happen, yes.
Go for it. I don't
Give me,
remember. That
give
was
me
2 weeks ago. Don't
give
ask
me
me.
give me like one word reminders, and I'll be like, oh,
The
just shut up.
We went through the graveyard per the mayor's request and figured out who was doing the grave robbing.
Yes.
James shit
Oh,
in
I shit in
someone's
the.
wax cauldron full of
Yeah,
candle making.
Tallow.
I
Tallow.
remember now.
Uh, I found a burlap sack of all the shit that they stolen. Had the guards called on us because they were a bunch of fuckfaces, and they quickly decided that that's not what they wanted to have the guards because they knew they fucked up. So instead, they tried to back out and run, and we quickly decided no, no,
No,
and popped
no.
them in the poo hose. And the guards showed up anyway, and they went and got the mayor, came back. Proceeded to show them the stolen goods, tracked them all down, explained to the mayor's wife. She said yes, they look similar. The father and sons of the candle makers are going to prison.
Going to prison. But I go and get
They're going to have a real good night, is what they're going to have.
Uh, mostly correct. That's pretty good. As far as why you're here and where you're at, the party, in their eternal quest to figure out how to defeat Strahd. So the more you find out about him, the more perplexing this problem becomes. You can't, unfortunately, for the barbarian, just smash him in the head with a mace. He has already died before, and he just comes back to life. So you're trying to figure out answers. Um, Primary stop one being his journal, which is said to be at the great Abbey of Saint Markovia, which you are at now. Finally got to the town, wrapped around the abbey. This big, beautiful church on the mountain. There's kind of a picture you can sort of. It does. Someone made a crayon drawing of it, but you see,
a
roll
crayon.
20. You know,
Yeah.
like wrapped
Oh,
around
I'm in
town.
roll 20. I just haven't clicked into the
These
game.
asshats are trying to find the vagina that this asshole fell out of. Is what I'm gathering from all of this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, trying to. I mean, you guys don't know anything about vampires, first of all, but Strahd is no mere vampire. So you guys need a battle plan, and trying to find his journal might lead some answers to that. So you're finally at the abbey. You're finally at the town. Getting into town, you know,
Oh, I thought we were here for his mom.
No, we're
um,
trying to
His mom's not
find.
buried here.
his
No, we're trying to
parents are
find the
buried.
graveyard. Are they
His
buried here?
parents.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
you
That's
want.
what we're here for. Is we wanted to find.
Rumor is that within their graves, the journal is found. That's like the
Oh, I missed out
folklore
on
around it.
that. Okay.
Um,
Okay. I missed out on that completely. I thought we were just trying to find his parents for some reason, even though
Allegedly,
they were dead.
he killed them himself.
Yeah.
Who knows if that's true? Or any of us true? Don't know.
All
Finally
right.
here in the
Oh
town.
yeah.
Second
They're
you
trying
stepped
to
in,
find a vagina he fell out of.
instantly sidetracked. Second you stepped in, as Ixalan was saying, the mayor is who accosted you. He just greeted you, welcomed you to town. You stick out like a sore thumb, of course. This is a very insular town. Not only that it's far away from anything important, but these people keep to themselves and keep their walls high. But he greeted you friendly. You know, you kind of spoke to him for a moment. He offered. You know, you asked him like what's going on lately, and he kind of reluctantly said, you know, well, I am dealing with this problem, grave robbers in town. It's a very important factor to me because two of my children had died and they robbed their graves, so it's personal. And you guys assisted. You found the candle makers in their big pot of smelly tallow, which is now twice as smelly at least. Um,
At least.
Oh yeah. Somebody peed in it.
I
No.
got took a shit in
I
it too.
No.
shit up in it.
You shit in it. That's what
God
it was.
help us all.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it turned out to be these three grimy, ace thieving brothers who just took all the jewelry from the dead. Not the worst crime ever, but it's pretty offensive, especially if it's your kid in the ground. You guys beat them up properly, sent them to the guards, found some evidence after you snuck into their house and dug around, uh,
You're
buttoned that up
welcome.
nice and tight. At the last second, the mayor's wife, sorry, going up to you, uh, uh, brain fart, Yark, said, of course, uh, if you really want to make true on your threat to beat them up further, meet me at the guardhouse at midnight.
Oh
She
yeah.
whispered it in your ear and then left. So, you guys kind of accomplished this side quest, but haven't done a lot else. You're still in town. You would to the tavern, kind of relaxed, kicked the dirt off your shoes, took a breather from your long travels. You got a message from Van Richten, uh, the strange, not quite bard it seems. You guys remember that?
Yes. Rictavius.
Um,
I try not to think about their names.
Yark is probably would have told you, so I'll tell you now. 3 towns ago, they met these real tough, hardy trackers and hunters in a tavern, and they hired them with a handful of gold to find a worthy hunt for the party. And the trackers said sure, and they just went off into the night. And then so now, much later, that's paid off, and they said we found one. Come back to the town. So another thing for you guys to consider. But for now, what do you do?
Or not Rictavius, Rictavio.
I think that all of us was going like I think it was late in the day, and so we was heading to the tavern, and I was gonna get loosened up so I can get my exercise in at midnight, right?
Sounds good. Anyone else got any pressing matters?
That I can think of at the moment.
Yeah, you guys spent a full adventurous day, ruining Tallow, beating people up. They didn't really beat you up in return. They're just people. They're not adventurers. They were small fries to you, but still maybe a little tired, a little sweaty.
High school bullies.
Taking to the tavern, it's a little more populous. You get some strange looks from people, as you are the strangers in town for sure. Like I said, this is kind of an insular community. They have these big walls and big gate. They don't take too kindly to strangers. Well, at least they don't get them a lot, I should say. Kind of far out in the mountains. Um, Pretty
They
cheap
don't take
room
kindly
and
to people who
board.
don't take kindly around.
Cheap room and board, just 4 silver apiece. Really even worth mentioning, but it is mentioned.
What have I
I'm
missed?
gonna go sleep outside in the woods.
See. See.
As a
Yeah,
man of nature, I should feel no fear.
Do you mean outside the gates?
Wait, James. Wait, what are you, James? Are you not? Are you not
Everyone's in the
just?
tavern chilling, but James isn't liking that.
depending
What?
upon how my night goes, I might be with him.
He's looking for some dogs.
Good God.
You gotta do what you gotta do, baby.
Uh,
I'd
d-
like to
t-
strap at that one. Where did he go? I'm gonna follow him.
did you go, James?
Yeah, outside the walls into the woods.
As you're walking up to the gates, they are closed fast. 2 guards standing there with a bored expression. Uh, Seeing you walk up, they say, "Sorry, no entry or exit after sundown, sir."
Are there any patches of nature in the city? In the
Yeah,
town?
yeah, sure.
I will go and sit there.
I want to walk up to those guards.
Oh God. Following right behind Calgath, they give you the same spiel. Sorry, sir, no entry or exit after sundown. Safety reasons.
I'll give a good flex and be like, "Why's that?"
Uh,
Because, good God.
they say, "Sorry, sir, you look very competent, but matter of things getting in."
Oh, you don't want all the wildlife getting in. I get it. The rats and all.
Exactly, and worse.
I can't imagine anything worse than rats around here. So, yeah, I'm gonna fuck off over here.
Are you still following Calgath?
Yeah.
All right. Now that I'm actually back,
I am too.
Uh,
Badges!
Calgath and Yark are going off on their own adventure. Ixalan, Dathis, you're in a tavern. It's been a long day. You solved a side quest, beat some people up. Is there anything pressing you want to get done? Or you just want to rest and eat and drink?
Something, something, split the party.
Is there a reason why we're splitting up?
yeah, they split up. They went their own way.
Oh, okay. I'm down for just kind of hanging out here and waiting.
Yeah, it
My
sounds good.
people.
I'm gonna do my usual. If anyone gets rowdy, I'm gonna go pickpocket them.
We'll look up some.
Oh, you're in the wrong party. You should be
Uh,
following Jarek.
No, because when people get too drunk, I like to pickpocket them because they're making too much of a scene to notice what's going on.
That's like a real wolf thing.
Well, you said rowdy. Jarek, he's always going to bring the rowdy.
Dathis, not Dathis, Calgath and Yark. Calgath, with your sort of intrinsic feel for nature, you're able to divine that the best spot in town would actually be this really beautiful big. It's a pool of water coming from deep under, like this well, and this pool of like, flowing water, and they put a sort of like a walking bridge over it. It's just a couple of feet wide, nothing spectacular, but it's a nice little spot that you can go and just see a little bit of nature. There's all this like algae growing up, and it's actually pretty clear and clean, despite Strahd having traversed the land. This kind of free-flowing well water has kept things quite natural. There's flowers growing alongside it. It's nice. It's about the best you can get in town, or anywhere else for that matter.
I will sit in the dead center of it and kind of just meditate and be, just among my nature stuff.
Your nature, sir. Sir, this nature does not belong to you.
So, I'm looking up into the sky. Does it look like it's getting close to midnight yet?
Just about. Maybe like 10, 11-ish.
Alright, you started boring me. I'm out.
Let's see. Excellent. Roll me a d20, please.
That's a 6.
Hmm. Ixalan, you're keeping a hawk's eye view on everyone. It's kind of your forte. The bar, tavern, is the only one you guys saw. Maybe there's another one farther into town, but you're not sure. So it's kind of it's busy. Later in the evening, um, you're getting the kind of career drunks, people that have given up a bit and stay there all night drinking. You got maybe a dozen or so people. Um, One thing that may interest you or not, uh, you notice another man doing exactly the same thing you're doing on the other side of the bar. In fact, one man is getting a second big helping from the sort of eternal pot of deer meat and potatoes that they've got going. He gets a big hot spoon of it, puts it in his wooden mug, and he kind of trips just a little bit. The man catches him, and you see that only you would notice his hand slip into his coat pocket and slip out with a few silver.
Uh, I'll
That's
just
uh, that's
I'll,
about the only thing of interest you see, really.
I'll just keep my eyes on them, and whenever they lock, I'll nod.
He sees you. He sees you seeing him. Mm, Recognition in your eyes. You give him the nod. He gives you another nod back. He kind of steps
Begin
back.
to swell.
He steps back, giving a wide area between you. Two predators carving out their hunting ground, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Let's see. Calgath, is there anything you're praying for specifically?
um, I'll think about it.
He's praying to be taken down to Paradise City, where the girls are thick with big ass titties.
Hell yeah.
More or less. More or less.
Yeah, it's like, what? Screaming now, boy. Man. Oh,
Uh,
it's cold out here, guys. Tell them to stop screaming.
Deaths, were you doing anything in the bar? Anything specific?
I suppose I am praying for the our quarry as far as finding a weakness for Strahd.
Hmm. Give me a D100.
I don't know where mine are right now. Hang on.
Just use the ones on the thing.
I'll do it on beyond. And it is 84.
You feel connected to your god here. It's a nice respite from the death and corruption that is everywhere, thanks to Strahd, so they say. This little slice of nature, you feel good, you meditate, you feel centered, but you don't hear anything prolific in your prayers. You just feel better having done them.
Works for me.
Yarick, it's getting late, towards midnight. Town mostly is asleep at this point. Candles are out, torches are put up. Most people have work in the morning, as they work every single day, scratching by, just barely trying to survive. A few people stumble past, either coming out of a bar or going to one, drinking their misery away, or going to throw it up on some street corner of this small town. You get to the guards, like calling it a jail would be a huge benefit to it. It's a big wooden square room, and within there's these iron celled, big thick bars that are built into the walls, and there's a one huge one that could hold like maybe a dozen people, and then there's two individual private ones that are very small, can hold one person. But um, you see the mayor's wife, Anna, her elegance, as well as a guard outside. Anna seems to be looking up at the moon, taking it all in, and the guard is standing there, kind of bored.
Uh, walk up, and my demeanor's much less jovial than it was earlier today. My face is stern and just hate seems to be radiating out of me.
Scary.
Let me in.
You're skipping Anna and going to the guard.
Yes.
You know what I'm here for.
As it should be.
Anna sees you walk by. Her solemn face, very beautiful for her age, maybe like 55 or so. She has a very regal aspect to her, kind and regal. She sees you walk by and she says, "Oh, it's good to see you. I wasn't sure if you'd actually show up or not." As she's talking, you just walk past her, right up to the guard, like 1 centimeter away from his face, like, "Let me in." The guard says, "Whoa, sir, what's going on? What can I help you with?" Um,
Kill.
Anna kind of
Turn to
hurries.
her. I turn to her as he says that and be like, "You asked for this."
What the fuck?
Anna kind of in this kind of long, flowy dress. She hurries. You see her kind of clack forward, and her shoes just like quickly like, oh boy, hold on. And she's like, Lloyd, take a 30-minute break on me. And he says, ma'am, and she slips him
I'm on top of
she
you. This is strange.
slips him a gold, and she says, do it, please, Lloyd, now. He says, yes, ma'am. Kind of reluctantly, the guard leaves.
You gotta stop coming here to kill people, lady.
The guard leaves the square that is the quote-unquote door, this wooden shack. Entering, you see exactly what I told you. There's just these big iron bars uh, palisading off this one section of the room. There's a wooden bench kind of built in. There's a big bucket for a latrine, and there is not a lot else other than three now very scared brothers who see you walk in.
Fucking, oh brother, where art thou looking motherfuckers?
One of them is laying or sitting on the side of the wall, his legs kind of pulled into himself, and he's nursing the stab wound that one of you gave him.
I'm gonna turn to her one last time and say, if you have a limit, speak it now.
What's the
You
safe
know
word?
what?
Banana pie.
She's gonna think about that for a second, and she's gonna let the dice decide.
Do you have a what? Say it now.
A limit.
Oh, a limit. They just said a
Call it
lemon.
high or low, would you, Yorick? I'm determining a personality trait.
Yes, if you have a lemon, speak now.
You have a lemon.
Yorick, can you call it high or low for me?
Oh, shit. Uh, let's call it high.
Okay.
Medium.
You see her eyes slit. She looks upon them, and she looks at you, and there's a connection there.
If you don't want
Maybe
them to die, you better say it right fucking now.
you two have the same. Casting a look between each other, you two have the same savage ruthlessness that only two warriors can share. Maybe in a younger life, she could have been a barbarian herself. Who knows? But she sees the line between point A and point B and knows that to get to there, you do anything. To answer your question, she says there's no limit to these monsters.
Pull the
She looks at
door
them.
closed behind me.
She
I
looks
don't
at
give
them
her
and
a
she
chance
says,
for a
"That
last
was my
call.
son you dug up." And she looks at the rest of them and she says, "That was my daughter you dug up."
That's where the door closes. With her
um,
last hateful glance at them.
Is this within eye shot of my little nature patch?
it's a small town, so probably.
She was talking to me at first. I was like, what are you asking me for?
I'll
Okay.
kind of like
What's your passive perception?
Yeah,
a 16.
it's pretty high. Yeah.
I got an
I'll
18.
kind of like keep
Dude,
an
that's
eye
a
on the
huge
entrance.
passive perception. Holy
Is
fuck.
it?
What is it?
Yes.
You're a very
Holy
wise
shit.
man, huh?
Wait, what? What is your passive perception?
16.
No,
Holy fuck, dude.
that's what my wolf is, for God's sake.
That's
Mine's
fucking
18.
great.
Yeah, you
Well,
definitely
there you go, motherfuckers. I
would
was
have at
like,
least kept a mental eye on your friend.
yeah, yeah.
Anna says these biting, ice cold words to her that those that have offended her so much, um, they shriek back in fear. This kind of pulling together for safety. Her last act before leaving you alone is to grab the big circular keychain that's on the very other far side of the room. Towards the door where the guard was, she unclasps it off its little clasp and goes over, locks the gate. She leaves.
Mm.
Oh yeah. I frenzy and I start going at him.
Okay. God.
And I
Isn't
don't
there
stop.
not to be a killjoy, but isn't there like some bars in between you and these guys?
She
I
just
don't
unlocked it.
care. I'll pull them through the bars if I got to.
No, that was what she was doing. She grabbed the keys and unlocked the gate.
Oh.
uh,
It's more fun if I have to pull them through the bars.
Push them through like the Terminator, only they don't come out solid.
Yeah.
how are we gonna do this?
Gotta shake it up.
Let me see
Good.
what they're going to do first of all.
Piss
I mean, you can
themselves.
do this as a combat or just give me a general athletics for the night.
We can do this an easy way, or we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
We're gonna do it the
We'll
Depends
easy
do
on
way
this
how
or the
much you want
hard
to
way.
get
scenario.
accomplished after this.
We'll do this scenario based. One of the brothers is gonna meet you honestly. He squares up, puffs out his chest, and says, "All right then." Uh,
Lay it on me, Big Daddy.
he's gonna immediately try to throw a haymaker. Untrained fighter. He just is swinging for the fences. Doesn't know any better. What's your AC?
17.
He actually connects with it.
Holy shit.
Well,
Perhaps you let him. I mean, you're not very worried about it, or might enjoy the feeling of it, really. But he does 2 damage to you.
I'm picturing Vegeta
Is
just
this
like take
before
a
me or
person's
after
punch into
me?
the face.
Frenzy raging.
It's probably
Uh,
after, because you said you raised when you walked in, didn't you?
Yeah, I started my rage the instant I closed that door behind me.
So, so
Yeah, as you were psyching yourself up and the blood was flowing, he threw a very dramatic haymaker, trying to
I will
quickly.
absolutely allow that 2 hit points through. If you want to like do that before I got all the way into it, I'm
Yes,
And
cool
let's
with
start
that.
a timer for how many innocent lives we can end tonight.
do. And then it's your turn. You get to react to that. What do you do?
But that I'll give it to. I'll
I mean,
call it
your
before.
turn. He just punched you. What do you do?
Yeah. I grab him by his face and his balls and then fucking slam my fucking knee into his solar plex and try to fucking shatter everything in between my knee and his spine.
It's really the only way.
uh, give me
signature
your
move.
strength or athletics for grapple. You rolled
All
a
right.
7.
Jark rolls a 4.
I just like
Well,
to point out
nah.
jokes about me
I
are
rolled an
always
8.
being a sexual
Oh
predator
wait, I'm
when we've got
supposed
a
to
dude
have
who grabs balls.
uh
Does.
Aren't you just a sexual predator, James? That
19.
you also like
All right.
animals.
You successfully choke slam, ball slam, combo, pick him way up in the air like this was the goddamn WWE, and bang him across your knee. Uh,
Wombo
these
combo.
these are commoners. Give me let me see. Give me a D10. A D10 for this. This is like a special thing going on. Just trust me.
Ah,
Josh, you should
bullsettler.
say it's all non-lethal so you can just beat the shit out of him without killing him.
Well, that was my initial idea, but as he got into the room, he's like, "No, I want these people dead. I
I
want all
stab
of
him with
them
a
dead,
hammer. What do you
but
mean?
but I want to do it with my hand."
Did I stutter?
I thought you were going fisticuffs with it, so just tell me if you're otherwise if you're using a
Oh
weapon.
no, no, he's using his hands. He wants to kill them with his hands.
Okay. What's your D? Just give me a flat D10, would you?
Flat D10,
Yeah.
5.
Okay, this is kind of a special melee thing going on. Uh, yeah, absolutely crack him down. You hear the deep air knocked out of him sound as spittle and air just erupts out of him as he kind of bends in half forward with the hardest oomph a man can make. He starts coughing instantly. He's trying to bring in breath, just, just desperately trying to catch his breath as he knocks it all out of him. Brother 2.
I throw that one out of the way so I can start moving towards the next one.
Brother 2, not as brave. He's
Not
going
as
to
brave.
try to evade you, actually. A little dip and dodge. Give me a dexterity save.
Uh,
Dip,
uh,
dug, dodge, and
is that
dive.
in all of the? Does that include all of the bullshit that I get for dexterity saves whenever I'm raging?
Yes. Yes, sure.
So I get advantage on it, basically.
Think so.
If
So
you're,
that's 20.
Battle senses right now, so.
yeah,
At
you
20?
get advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Yeah. So I
This
got
is the
20.
brother that was stabbed by one of you. I think James, maybe?
I
Or
think
it might have been you.
I have a mace.
I
So
don't remember
Which
who.
fight did you guys stab these
That
guys?
almost had to be fucking
Ixalan? Maybe. He was
Exelon.
sneaking over trying to stab one of you, and someone stabbed him trying to stab
He was trying
you.
to stab Patrick.
He's trying to sneak in there because you guys hurt his other brother,
Yeah.
who's also here.
No.
Yeah, he tries to sneak out beside you. Getting close to the edge of the gate, he makes a wild sprint for it, and you just Keanu Reeves, Matrix, snap a hand onto his neck. You have this
When did
big,
you
brawny
guys
meat
fight these
hoof.
guys? When did we fight them? I don't. Are we? I'm confused about who these people are.
These are the people I shit up in the cauldron.
Grave robbers.
Yeah,
The
they're the
Oh,
grave
okay.
robbers from last session.
Gotcha.
the ones making the candles.
Uh, yes, you grabbed him. He tried to escape. What do you do with him, exactly?
Give him the old dick twister.
You know, every time I look at you cocksuckers, I'm reminded of my parents. They died slowly, starving to death because some shithead decided that our food storages were theirs. And then I crack him in the face.
Okay. Yeah, roll for it.
I thought you were just saying they reminded you of your parents because they died slowly.
No, no.
I was like, that is so fucked up.
I don't know what I'm adding to this. So 10 is my just
Just
like
flat.
just flat roll plus strength and stuff.
That's pretty low. Even a the baseline starts at 10. So you try to send this commanding One Punch Man face breaker at him, and he kind of wiggles out of it. He's a very dexterous kind of guy. He's still right beside you. Um, other man is going to try his own method of dealing with you, which is appealing to your brain, perhaps. He says, please, please, this has gone too far. We're sorry, we were just looking for money. You don't have to do this. Please, please, please. That's what he says to you.
I turn to him and just say, "But I really, really like it."
Just keeps repeating.
And I throw another haymaker at the cocksucker who dodged me.
He
Okay,
just keeps
fill it
yelling.
up.
Now you fucked up as he climbs towards
Now you fucked up. Now you fucked
him.
So using same criteria, 14.
It's no armor. They're just in rags. They've been stripped.
So I don't know what I really do here.
Give me a
So
D10, please, for your haymaker punch.
another D10, a 3.
Okay. Yeah, not the earth-shattering Muhammad Ali you'd like, but it still makes a connecting crack. He falls back, almost falling into the wall. He's just barely standing. You see him wobbling as this whole world is kind of going in and out. Uh, now you just how? Let me ask you, how how badly do you want to beat these people up?
Oh
I want to
no, they're
keep them alive. That's what I should ask.
no, they're not. She told me not to leave anybody living
up.
whenever I leave this room. I gave her the option. They're all going to be not breathing whenever I leave.
I hear you. They're gonna give one more honest effort. They want to keep their lives. Perhaps the oldest brother, again coming at you like a man. He's gonna try his best. He's gonna try to give you a smack. Ooh, no, that's not even close. You see him. He's kind of hunched over. You see him desperately holding his ribs. And he tries to raise up as best he can and swing. He doesn't even move his hips. It's a terrible punch. Misses you by a mile.
That,
Yeah.
Lily, we have to go brush our teeth. We have to go brush our teeth, okay?
You, you I like. I might actually let you live. So I shove him out of the way and I go for the one that was cowering and begging for his life.
Talker. Okay, so he says, no, please, please, please. If you do this, they'll put you in prison. This is crazy. We're sorry. This has gone too far. He's still begging for his life. You can listen to him or not, obviously. Um,
Nope, nope. Two, clasp my fingers together real tight and I bring that sucker over my head and I try to fucking make his head match his fucking ballsack.
are you whack-a-moling him?
Yes.
Okay, Roll it. You still gotta connect with them. That's all you gotta do, though.
So 17.
That absolutely connects. Yeah, the amount of force of bringing your two arms up above your head and coming down with them like a hammer is shocking. The crack and break is unnerving, to say the least. It's this horrible, wet snap as his head becomes 2 inches lower than it was previously.
Good
Wow.
God.
Let's see. What he is gonna do? Let me think. Let me think. Thinking. The people are thinking. I'm thinking. Inspiration is setting in. Takes sneaky brother. I'll have these three personalities now, I guess. Getting desperate. This has really gotten out of hand. You're right beside him. Takes a big pool of the blood that's coming out of his side and tries to pocket sand you with it.
All
Give me a
right.
dexterity save.
Same.
Uh, 12.
Uh, no, I mean he wouldn't have anything. You match it. Uh, I mean, the blood on your face is decoration at this point, which you might enjoy some thrill getting out for it. What do you do to this man?
Reach out and grab him by the throat, and then lift him up and just squeeze until he stops looking at me straight in the eye.
Give me a strength or athletics for the grapple, please.
All right. Ooh,
Josh's explanations for things are perfectly reasonable ways to murder people.
24.
Oh, he rolled a he got an 18. I thought he was going to slip out of your fingers there, but he did not. Um, yeah, grabbing him, he wiggles like a rabbit, being a dexterous kind of man, but he tries. You see his boots clicking together as you're literally holding him a foot off the ground. You see his head turn into a deep shade of red and then a deeper shade of purple as the kicking stops, and his eyes kind of glaze over and look down at nothing, as once before they were focused on you entirely, squeezing the life out of him. One left.
Last soldier standing. Are you going to make this fun or not?
He says, "Those are my brothers. Fuck you." Tries to take a swing at you. He's going down with his boots on.
Oh shit.
No, he's not. He can't get a good swing on you. I mean, he's got a lot going on, but he tries. Damn it.
It's all right. I take the hit anyways.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Um, he hits you with the taking it right into the nose, not dodging at all. You take 3 damage.
All right. I'm not even gonna half that.
What do you do to this man?
I lean in real close and say, "Is this your first time seeing a raging barbarian?" So reach out and just grab him by the face.
You ask him that, like he's gonna earnestly answer.
Yes.
Spits blood in your face.
Have you ever wondered what makes it work so well? It's a squeeze better on his jaw.
Ugh, gross. Give me a strength check. Yeah, strength check. Save.
That is a 17. Was I
That's
supposed to do that at advantage? I think strength checks are at advantage, but
probably, I
it's
think,
fine.
They
when you're raging.
Whatever. I
they
don't
are at
think I'm gonna get
advantage.
better than a 17. No, it's not better than a 17.
Are you intending to crack his skull like a pumpkin as you're taunting him?
No, I'm cracking his jawbone, so he can't really answer me anymore.
Okay, yeah. Even if he could, you have your big meaty paws on him. You're like, "Rrrr," and you hear the crunch and crumble of his poor jawbone as you
I hear
turn
that
it a little
pop.
bit more into dust.
Be like, I really used to think that barbarians just got really mad. But no, it's just letting go is all we have to do. And then I reach up and I grab the top of his head and I separate the two.
Jesus Christ! Give me a strength check. Pretty hard to do.
That is a 19.
Jesus. That's a 200-pound military press right there. Uh, yeah, not an anime, not this is kind of real life, so it's not as clean as you might want it to be. You kind of bisect his jaw and make it in this weird angle going out to the left, while the rest of his head is at this terrible angle going the opposite direction, and his cheeks are all pushed back and starting to rip, and it's this horrible nightmare you've created. If anyone were to see it, they'd throw up.
Except for me.
Yeah, just horny.
Oh no. I toss him to the side and I spit on his fucking corpse and I fucking turn around in a bad mood and I head right back to where the ale is at.
As you leave, Anna catches your eye, having heard everything that went down at least. She gives you a solemn nod.
I just glare at her as I walk past. Not in the mood for this shit.
What did she
Would
do
it
again?
put
I
you
don't
in a
remember who
better
she
mood?
is.
She's the mayor's wife.
Oh, all right. Yep. Yeah.
Oh.
Her
She
I
didn't.
daughter
didn't,
was
I
one
didn't
of the
have a
people
chance
that
to
they
listen to
dug up.
this week's thing, so I didn't have a chance to.
She did not take kindly to people grave robbing the graves of her son and daughter. Didn't know if she knew quite what she was getting into when she hired you, but you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet.
What's wrong?
Gotta break a few skulls to make a murder.
I am really good at making romlets.
All right, those three are forever taken care of. Anyone else want to do anything crazy? Or not crazy, preferably.
Quest fucking completed.
Put a bow on it. It's done.
This, I'm just ready to move on now. Dude.
All right,
No,
ale flowing. Drown your adrenaline in a bucket full of ale for a low cost. Um, Next morning, wake up, all of you. We stayed in the inn. It's a moderately comfortable,
Except Galagath, you're dead.
except Calicut. Sleeps outside like a
Did
hippie.
he, did he die?
No.
Oh,
To be a
yeah.
nature boy.
It's got to be like, what the fuck?
No, that would have been hilarious though. Just except Galagath. You don't at all.
I think that's Garrett. Why don't you make it your rule? If you sleep outside, you roll a d100, and if you get a
Or
certain number, you
venomous
just die.
snakes slithering up your ass.
That was my first
Yeah.
question. I was like, "Are you going outside the gates? Because this is gonna get real interesting."
I was gonna do it too.
Fucking do it again.
I'll fucking do it again.
Breakfast, ale, water, maybe a few dark memories for some of us. Who knows? You still at the full bottle. Your whole world's ahead of you. You need to get up to the Abbey as your main quest, but you have several other side quests that beckon for your attention. What do you guys do?
I eat my breakfast and wait for all these smart folks to decide where the fuck we're heading.
Are there any nuts and berries in my little park?
Roll me survival. God, what happened to you?
There weren't any more dogs around. That's what happened to him.
Like, what if we just knit instead of fighting?
Yeah, James, are you even playing your same character? Have you been-
He's connecting to his natural nature.
25.
Yeah,
Is,
yeah, absolutely.
is Jenny in the room and you don't want to show her your true nature, James?
Hold on,
Girlfriend.
I remember where he's at. I'll give him a nice sausage whenever we get over there.
Oh, good lord.
You keep the sausage away from me. Meat is murder.
Yeah, the natural spring has caused some really great edible flowers, some berries, various other things. It's pretty nice actually, especially for an elf connected to nature like yourself.
Yeah. I'm all getting
Don't
down with
resent
that for my
that. I'm
breakfast.
super connected to nature.
Nature
Get
calls all
nature.
the time.
That's right.
Anyway, what do you guys do?
I'm gonna look through her quest log and be like, hey, what the fuck is next?
Well, we can
So,
either decide now and tell Calagath when he gets here, or we can wait. But Rictavio
uh,
did leave us a note stating that some things with Lady Watcher was going pretty south back in town.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can go grab Calgaff. He's like right out there. He's like sleeping in the roses and stuff.
Yeah, go get him so we can figure this out, cause I know we need to find this supposed diary, but things don't sound too pretty back town.
Yeah, you two had a very different night.
Diarrhea doesn't sound very pretty in the first place, so I'm gonna go grab Calgaff.
Calgath, you are so grabbed, unless you specifically don't want to go to the party.
No, I
You will
will.
do so.
I'm getting
Oi,
bored of nuts
motherfucker,
and
come on.
berries.
Party
Too lush.
reunited. The
Reunited and it feels so good.
reason you're here at all, to talk to the abbot, leader of the Abbey of Saint Markovia, and figure out something about this journal. Maybe figure something out about that Strahd.
But that's true. I go up to the bar and order a beer, and I'm like, "How about that straw?"
We're not a fan.
Everybody just looks at you like, "Dude, read
Dave,
the room."
would you shut the fuck up?
Like Hitler, right?
How about that guy with the mustache?
What a fucking guy!
I don't agree with what he says.
I think I was the only one that was actually interested in
Holy
his
fuck!
response.
I don't agree.
I was ready to leap over the top of the bar.
So you wish to travel to the church?
Yes, let us travel.
Have to herd you guys.
I just hear the Batman noise.
I was thinking about writing him a strongly worded letter before he burned and killed my family. Then I thought, never mind.
This requires a much more sternly worded letter.
I'm going to get downright rude.
That's right. I'm gonna
I'm not
use
even gonna use commas.
explicitives.
Yeah.
Well, there
Abby.
is one thing we need to consider. Do we even know if Strahd is his real name? And if it's not, then what is his real name and who are his parents?
His real name is Ronald
His real name is Stromboli.
Asking some really questions.
Stromboli.
What? Why would he go by a different name?
Names is names.
Names is names.
But you get named whenever you fall out, and then you just keep that name. Why would you change it?
Whenever you fall out.
Well, for a number of reasons, he may change his name to what he desires. That way, he wouldn't
Maybe it's
be as
Rick
easily tracked.
Tavio.
Oh my god. Be
Hey, what does Strahd really, really dislike? Let's do it to Rick Tavio and see what happens.
That'll be pretty funny.
Why is it that everything
Stab me in
seems
the
so
chest.
complicated to people?
The The abbey is large and quite beautiful. A stained glass centerpiece shows the morning lord, with the dawn rising up behind him. The huge abbey has a small stone wall around it, a large square outbuilding attached with no windows. A tall, long bell tower with a massive brass bell is inside, though quiet right now. Um, the big church doors are open for anyone's entry in.
I thought you were about to say entertainment.
It can be.
For your entertainment.
Um, Perhaps in happier times, to be the center of pilgrimage and worship, but now there are only so many people with strength and faith remaining. Apart from the large, open church portion of the building, a few people here praying in quiet. There's also a hospital side. A few women in nun-like garb walk to and fro, tending to injuries in other sections of the buildings, where you assume beds and cots would be, as well as life-saving equipment such as that. Help given to those that need it. In the church section, which you were at, with the big stained glass window and the big open, very tall, high ceilings going up to a point, and all the pews around, and the morning lord sigils all over the walls. A man that can certainly only be the abbot helps someone on crutches sit down in one of the pews and gives him a friendly shoulder pat. He notices you immediately and gives you a wave.
I will approach and say hello. And then I will scurry off into the pews.
Okay.
What the fuck is wrong with that plan?
Hello.
So devout to the morning lord, thank goodness. The abbot is very tall, lean, and extremely handsome. As if chiseled from marble, his Roman emperor-like features are accented by his gold-flecked eyes. His flowing robes add to the very noble effect, and his aura itself is one of beauty and nobility. A sun sigil of the morning lord hangs on a small necklace around his neck. He strides up to you with a warm smile and greets all of you. Uh, Calgath, I suppose you're ducking out. Um, Kind of gives you a slightly confused look, but he's happy to see you sitting and enjoying the pews. Um, Greets you.
I'm just standing there staring into space, and I'm like, all these pews are made of wood. All these pews are made of wood. All these pews are made of
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's like how many trees died to make these pews?
wood.
God. Uh, Sees all of you, walks up to you, greets you warmly, says hello. And when he sees Arena, he looks visibly shocked. He says, "Who are you?" Arena says, "I'm Arena." Um, Says, "Oh, of course, amazing.
Myself? What the fuck?
You look just like someone I used to know." He says,
And then Gautier starts
Shut
playing in
up,
the
Patrick.
background.
I already knew it was coming.
Boo.
Couldn't do it.
Song sucks. Um, you look like someone I used to know. Haha. She says, she shakes her head and she's like, "Oh, I don't know." She says, "Anyway, hello. Please call me the abbot. What brings you to my fair church? I'm happy to greet new faces in town."
uh,
Choose
uh,
myself.
what? Oh, what are we asking him? Does he know what vagina fucking Strahd fell out of?
Jesus.
Are you guys gonna let Arena do the talking?
I don't think my
First
mic
off,
is picking up what I'm saying.
she
I,
is
I
not a
said,
whore. I made that mistake right away. It's not the case. Leave it alone.
I
I'll
don't
I'll
think my
step
mic
back
is
up in
picking
the
up what I'm
pews and
saying.
say, "Oh, you go ahead."
I just said I'll introduce myself and uh, give them kind of like a decent explanation of what they're doing. Not like everything, obviously.
He greets you and he says, "It's wonderful to make your acquaintance. You look like quite the competent adventurer. I know some people get it in their minds to oppose Strahd every now and then, but I must warn you to be very careful. it always ends in tears.
Are you on his side?
Oh, of course not. The Morning Lord opposes Strahd and all he stands for.
Oh, good. I didn't want to have to paint these walls with your blood.
He actually does.
He gives a smile. He gives a smile with his brilliant white teeth, and he says, "Perish the thought. Perish the thought.
Perish what?
The thought. Thought. Thought."
Perish the thought.
So, since you're
She's
telling
right,
him why
right
you're
there.
here.
You don't have to talk about it like that. Come on now.
Perish the thought. That is, you tell him why you're here.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
assume you
Yeah.
know why you're here.
Or- yeah, what was this is we're going back to go talk to him about what the Davio had told us about.
Abbott, while it may seem
Cheer.
futile to most, we have made significant progress in the effort to actually end Strahd's reign permanently. However, there is some information that we need, and that information being where the location of his parents' gravesite is.
Lightning strikes.
Oh, you seek Strahd's journal.
Yes. It seems like you know
I'll
something
I'll
about
sit
it
up from
then.
the pew and say, "How did you know that?"
He says, I may know of this journal. Perhaps we can help each other a little. The townspeople here are under my care, and we help each other out a lot. A group of witches, or perhaps some other devil or some such nightmare, have recently taken up residence in a cave north of town. They prey upon my people, relishing in their torment, delighting in their suffering. If you could deal with them, then I will help you. I hate to ask something of you, strangers, but these times are difficult for us all.
Abbott, let me ask you something.
Hate to ask you a favor, except I don't fucking care.
Are there two of them? Because you said witches, so there's at least two.
Does he know specifically? Let me figure out if he knows specifically.
Yeah, what information do you have on the witches?
Uh, some. Uh, I do believe there are two of them.
I will sit very attentively at all this being said.
He says,
Come
I
on,
do
leave
believe
her
there are
alone.
two of them. Sometimes they will take a man and simply toy with him to hurt him, strip some of his flesh or break some of his bones. Uh, Talking to people and healing them as I heal as well. I get two distinct reports of two very ugly, crone-like women, torturous and barbaric, sadism in its truest form. Uh, while some are able to return as a warning, I feel to instill fear and doubt, which they no doubt enjoy themselves. Many don't return at all.
Now,
Garrett,
Well,
who
they
was
know
the
that.
guy he was helping down into the pew?
It's just some man. He was on crutches. You don't know
Yeah,
him.
Ask him.
I grabbed the man who is on the crutches and by the hand, and I say, "Come on, Limpy, we got stuff to do."
What?
What?
And I head in the direction of the cave.
I begin to drag an old man
Limpy.
towards his death.
Limpy does not want to go. He does not know who you are. Limpy is maybe 40-ish. Seems like a regular man. Big bushy brown beard. Pretty well muscled except for the leg injury. He might be a woodsman or a blacksmith, something like that. Something that works with his hands. But he seems quite lame. His foot is in kind of a weird angle and
He's quite
braced.
lame. He doesn't like
I'll,
Tool.
the more he
Braced.
complains, I'll say, "Sir, if you come with me, I'll heal your stupid leg. Just come on."
Caligath,
I
hold on a
lean
moment.
into
Let's
like that.
Where are we going? What is this?
Caligath,
We're
let's
Going
going
get
to
on
some
an
more
adventure. Have
information.
you ever wanted to go on an adventure before?
Fucking Charlie and the Unicorn, whatever the fuck his name is. Come on, we have to go. Give me a persuasion check.
Please. We're going on an adventure. Please don't kill me.
Ah, my leg, please, God.
Oh my god, it's rolling. 19.
That's pretty good. I mean, you're handsome, charismatic, and powerful. You say, "I need you. This is important." And he says, I don't know how much help I can be. My leg."
I'll turn to him with that anime face and I'll be like, I need you. I've always needed
Right
Uh,
about then, that Jarek interposes himself in between them, puts his hand on old man's face and shoves him out of the way and says, "Let's go! Yeah!"
It's the SpongeBob sound, like my other leg.
my
My
leg.
leg!
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you've successfully convinced the cripple that you need his help. I don't know. There could still be a point where it's going to be like a disadvantage as you drag him out into the scary woods. We'll get to that later.
I cast healing word on his leg and do that.
Might help. Sure.
Five health to his leg.
Feels a lot better. Yeah. He's okay. He's on board. He's on
His
board.
whole body
Wow.
feels like shit
Okay.
except for the leg that you fixed.
I refuse to ask him for his name. I will forever refer to him as Limpy.
Okay, Limpy's fine.
Probably
He
because
says,
Garrett
"Oh,
didn't have one.
And yes, I'm doing that for your benefit because I know you don't want to go figure out a name.
Hey, there's name generators," but tries to tell you, and you're like, "No.
Limpy, come on. We don't have time for story.
As he slowly limps out the door. Okay, Calgath has acquired a new companion. Now, the rest of you, I presume, are saying okay to his request and getting the details because Calgath's already leaving.
How many
Yep,
Yeah, I'm
times?
not
I
even
am
paying attention to
already
what
leaving.
Calgath is doing.
How many times has James gone ahead and done something and it worked out perfectly fine?
This man is revenge
Too
on his mind.
many.
He's
And then-
finally getting it. He's finally getting
He
it.
bounces back and forth between Lava River and everything working out.
It's either horribly wrong or horribly right.
No in between.
It's Lava River or Sharktopus. There are only two settings.
There can only be two.
Yeah, it's either a 1 or a 20.
Yes, he will help you out if you please help his town. He's desperate. He's very sorry. I mean, he seems genuine. He's not like taking the piss out of you guys or anything like that. He's like, I really don't want to ask you. I just normally would do things for people. That's my calling. But this is really getting to be a problem. And you look like competent adventurers. I assume everyone says yes. He gives you the
And
details.
where is he going? And you see me and Limpy
Yeah,
running
and you
off.
steal Limpy and get out of there. What the rest of you do? Yes. Want to
I
take
want
your
to tear down fucking Limpy and be like, "What the fuck do you think you can do here?
I don't know. He's dragging me.
Get the fuck out of the
Oh my god!
Wait,
Yeah,
who was that?
That was
That was my wife in the background.
Like, what are
Sorry.
you doing? Limpy jumps in your arms, Calgath.
Into my arms.
Yeah.
I'll carry him like a burly.
He's getting out of the way of the bull that his death is. Ixalan,
Be
Any
like,
follow-up?
he's your pet. If he dies, it's on
or
you.
not Dathis,
Big bad.
Dathis, Ixalan,
Yes.
any follow-ups?
Just yeah, go ahead and listen to what the guy said, I suppose.
Yeah, it's not. You probably didn't want to have another step in this long process, but once he mentioned the two witches, Calgath kind of keyed into that. He's got an air of revenge on him. So,
Yeah, I was trying to make
Guys.
sure that those two were
I walk
the
away,
ones.
my cloak blowing in the wind, leaves following me.
Yeah.
As he
With
does,
Jarek skipping happily behind him.
before we leave,
Murder, murder.
as Calagath's leaving, I'll look at the abbot and I'll pull out one of those pies.
Oh my
Abbot,
god.
have any of the men returned mentioned
You ever
anything about
tried
baked
children?
goods?
good question. Let me see. Let me roll a die. Let you roll it. I want to give you guys more rolling to do. Give me a d20, please.
A D20?
Yeah.
That's a 15.
He says that smells so familiar. I think I've smelled that before. I don't know where.
Excuse me, I fired it. It's not on purpose.
Well, I assure you,
Yeah.
if it's familiar to you, then these witches are familiar to us.
I scream from the distance, we fucking know, let's kill him!
Yeah, let's kill him.
Murder, murder.
Well,
Murder, murder. I'm so happy when we murder, murder, murder.
North of town, you leave the big circle of palisade walls around the town proper and head towards the Barovian mountain range. The mountains stretch out before you, even in the darkness of Strahd's curse. The snow falls upon the peaks like a crown, even further down and more prevalent with the lack of direct sunshine. The spine of this world ominously stands in front of you, great giants in the darkness. But your target is much lower. Abbott gave you a general locale, but you'll have to find the place yourself. Passing the cleared tree line the town used to build itself up, you find yourself in deep, tall trees. Mist flows around you, slowly and chokingly, if that's a word. It's deep and dark and hard to see through. You swear you can hear whispers in the tree line, movement all around you, dark shadows just outside of your peripherals. Me, survival rolls, first of all, everyone.
18.
And let me get my lava dice for this.
And once we enter into the woods,
Natural 20 plus 4.
I'm gonna go into stealth.
18.
16.
Wow, strong rolls from everyone. And your stealth, give me that too as well whenever you get a chance.
21.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Pretty high. Yeah, you guys have been dealing with woods for a good while now. You're able to find a trail blaze pretty easily. The big crest of the mountains, even though the darkwood tree line is blocking most of it, if you get a patch that you can kind of see through, you can center yourself looking at where the mountain range starts off in the distance. Even far away in the great darkness of these mountains, you can still kind of at least go the right direction, which is half the battle. Look through the woods.
28 on stealth.
You're stealthing too?
Yeah.
See. Look through the woods. There's some evidence of movement around here. It looks like a body has been drugged recently going in this direction. Wooden dolls are strung up in the tree lines, long legs and arms, unnerving, little bundles of wheat as the head. They look almost crucified up there to ward off anyone that may be walking by. Seeing them makes you uneasy, and you get a strong feeling that you need to leave now. Your strange scars from your curse ache and throb with a dull pain.
I think we're in the right place.
As you walk closer and closer, you do hear something in the thick, cold mist. Help! Help! An armored man drags himself through the mud, face down. Blood is mingling in the wet ground around him. He drags one arm limp behind him, calling out every now and then, Help!
Well, I guess I'll rush over there, roll him over, be like, "Where's the enemy?"
Grabbing him, grabs you back. His faceplate reveals a false face. It kind of opens up alien-like with this rings of long teeth going back. It unfurls like a starfish and wraps around your hand as you go to touch him, striking out like a predator.
Does he say the belt of the universe is on the belt of Orion?
Not quite like that. More of like a gaping. You see his kind of face in the thing, like that.
It looks like the tardigrade's
Huh.
mouth from the new Star Trek.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
I was muted, so can I shoot him?
The dog's being loud.
Too late now.
Well, it's his move. He got the surprise, and he's gonna do some shit to you. A very special move, Mister.
Jart.
Yeah, Yark, you grabbed him. He's going to do something very special to you. Oh my god.
What?
Dog is like grunting at the window. Someone must have guessed outside.
I figured that was the dog.
Yeah, he's like,
It's a car, like
could
an
hear
engine
him.
or something.
Nah,
Really
that's the
huffs,
enemy and the sound effect Garrett's doing for us.
huffs at any UPS guy. He does something quite special. He bites your hand with a shocking pain, and then his body. You pull your hand back at a reflex, and you take him along with it. His body is unnervingly light. It's bizarre. His full, like 6 foot regular human-sized body. You pull it back, and it comes up with you, and unfurls and breaks in this crazy pattern. It kind of wraps around you. My God, this dog! I'm gonna kill him.
Nah, man, it's sound effects.
The dog. He's coming for your soul.
Okay, I kicked him out.
Oh no.
Her out.
Oh, dog.
Live on the
Chuff in the other
street.
room.
Oh, you piece of shit.
Where it kind of is like you pick him up on your hand, and he's kind of looking you face to face if it had a face. Its back unfurls much like a starfish or a squid, and it kind of wraps around you the wrong way and kind of grapples you in. It's going to bite you really, really hard.
Really softly on your neck.
Ever so
Yeah, how hard exactly? Oh, that was pretty hard. Ow. It's just about max roll.
Huh.
31
That's all.
damage.
How much?
31.
31?
Or 20?
31.
Holy
31?
shit.
Nice.
You
That-
feel your hand start to be bitten, eaten, and digested in real time as it just slinks further down this disgusting nightmare's body as it is kind of backwards wrapped around you like a squid. An absolute nightmare. Its muscles are long and taut, but steel hard, just like a snake's. Initiative.
Awesome. Yes, yes. Can't wait. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? I got a 17.
That's a 12.
Mm-hmm.
16.
Rerolling?
Initiative.
Oh. Shoot. Sensen.
I think you two tied. So who wants to go first? Yark and
It's whoever has the highest dex.
Athos.
My dexterity is 20.
Yeah, mine's 16.
Athos it is. As you're watching this go down, this sort of nightmarish uncreature bending itself backwards and wrapping its stringy snake-like legs and arms around Yark and biting down on his hand with this audible crunch. Blood kind of pools out from his arm in this waterfall, so suddenly, like a striking viper. You're standing in the bushes unseen. What do you do?
Blast his asshole off.
Blat blat.
You heard? Let's see. My fucking desk doesn't have near enough room. Alright, move some shit. Alright, first attack is a 19.
It's
Second attack is a 21.
it's
Okay. 6 damage and 9 damage, so 15 total.
got it.
I'm not setting my dog away. He's not getting fucking eaten by the octopus faced motherfucker.
Yeah, it's always a risk.
Even if he is growling at the fucking UPS
That
man.
does happen. It does happen.
York, being the brave man to run up to it first and try to help, your just reward in Strahd's land is a painful, horrible nightmare mimic creature biting into your hand. You feel nothing good, bones and flesh rending. It is on you like a python. What do you do?
I range
Uh,
and I'll fucking hold that fucker back as far as I can get and then whack it with me axe.
okay. Yeah,
I'm assuming I can only is my arm still in his mouth or did I break free at any point?
your arm is still in his mouth. That's his thing.
Okay. So I can only do like a one-handed weapon?
Yes, yes.
Alright, so I'll whip out hand axe from my belt and I'll fucking try to separate that head from his shoulders.
Roll it up.
Just start hacking away at him. He's got my arm, damn it!
Let go of me arm. 24
It's
for oh, that's garbage. 4 damage,
ooh, got it.
followed by a
You're raging, so
another.
don't forget your bonus.
Uh-oh. What's my bonus? What's my bonus?
Is it
What
like
are
a
you talking
D6?
about?
It should say it under your rage.
Shit, where's that at? Action, bonus action, rage. I'm not seeing a whole lot here. What am I looking
It should
for?
tell you plus to damage.
Let's see. Oh, +2, so
6.
6 damage.
Got it.
So I add +2 to all of my damage
While you're
while I'm
raging,
raging?
yes.
Okay.
Well, they ain't
I
that
did
handy.
not know that. Okay. Second attack is 17.
That. That. It's.
Is that a hit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that is fucking also garbage. 6 damage.
Got it. Got it.
Taking away hunks of his head away.
I literally rolled minimum damage on both of those fucking rolls.
God.
It's still decent damage for minimum.
It's
Yeah.
bullshit.
This is all in real time. This is all happening so fast. This horrible nightmare scenario. Maybe your focused, battle-hardened mind is a little better at dealing with it. A normal person might have just broken with reality itself, as this thing kind of bent backwards and wrapped itself like a fucking squid and started eating their hand. It is really a horrible nightmare, and you start hacking away at it. It is still chewing down, which it will continue to do so. It works. It still has you in grapple. You didn't try to escape. Um, therefore, your AC was 18?
17.
17.
Okay. So, 2 attacks. Nice. 2 chances. Both miss. Okay, you're good. You're fine. It is chomping, chewing away at your arm. Can't quite. It's as you're chopping at it, it's really distracting it from his process of eating your hand, which it is doing. Ixalan.
I'm a saunter on up right behind it and give it that good old stabby. See if I can get it off of him. I don't need to do his advantage.
Hell
Is a
yeah.
natural 20 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope you're ready. This is going to be a lot of damage.
Ready.
So, okay. 22 damage.
Okay, right.
Because that's 1d6 plus 5 is 11. No, I'm sorry, not 22. That's 17.
Total. What you got?
17.
17. Okay, got it.
Yeah, 1d6 plus 5 is 11. Plus I rolled a natural 20, so that's another 6.
17 more damage. Got it.
Yeah. You ready for the sneak attack?
so ready.
28.
Okay. Got
You're
it.
just making these up.
45 points of damage.
It is well focused on its one task of eating bark, so you're able to come up behind it and get the perfect. It's hard to assess its vitals. You're not. You were thinking it's human, but that is way out of the window now. Nonetheless, you stab it where you think it would be, and make a good choice as black, solid black ebony blood pours out of this strange creature. The red blood you saw earlier, apparently more going to the illusion. It is very stabbed. Calgath.
I'm a bonus action hide.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Uh, bonus action, I will put Hunter's Mark on it
Oh.
and make 2 weapon attacks. Hang on. Let me click over. Oh, it's a +8. That's very nice. 19.
It's
Second arrow is 15.
that also hits.
Okay. Hang on a minute. Plus 29 damage in total. All of it. So just fucking light his ass up, and that is my turn.
Ugh.
Oh, and I guess I'll take some arrows out of my bag. 2 arrows.
Between you two, you have absolutely ripped it asunder. Huge parts of its armored, quote-unquote, body are now sloughing off, showing the illusion for what it is. It's kind of wet, porous, very almost like clay. Kind of bends and shapes itself into different colors and textures, giving the illusion of human armor, which it certainly is not. Dathis.
I'm gonna blast him again.
Okay.
Blast them.
23
It's
and 26.
also hits.
11 for the first attack and 9 for the second one, so 20 damage in total. Did you hear me?
Copying it.
It'd be awesome if Garrett was like, I'm just fucking with you guys. This thing had like 5 health. Let's go.
It's very unarmored, but it is very corpuscular. It's very hard to get a read on where this thing's actual organs begin and where the fake body starts. Maybe that's why its HP pool is kind of high. But you keep on the assault, putting more and more damage into it, more black blood sloughing out of it, as well as fake armor and fake human skin. Yarick.
All right, I'm getting real tired of this little fucker chewing on me arm. So I'm gonna start attacking recklessly. And
Sheree must be just fucking cracking up listening to you make that voice.
what's that?
Sheree must be cracking up listening to you make that voice.
Oh yeah, she's been like doing videos and then sending it to a separate group chat that we have friends in, and they all get a crack out of it.
Oh yeah, you missed that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Give those boys a
my
good
first
time.
attack is 22 to hit,
That it.
and the second one is 15 to hit.
It also hits. Yes. Yes.
All right,
That's
on
fine.
the first one is that's 9 damage,
Okay.
followed by 7 damage.
Okay. Yeah, despite your immense strength, it is very hard to really get a grip. I mean, this thing is just on you. It's like a what's the fucking alien baby from Alien? You know, it's just
Yeah.
face hugger. This thing is
Yeah.
very much that. You're trying to chop away at it with your other arm as hard as you can, as you're flailing with this thing as it is fully attached to you. Um,
That's
choosing to
alright.
damage it instead of not peel it off. It
Oh
is
hell
going.
no, because as long as my arm's like fucking elbow deep down in his throat, he's not biting anybody but me.
You are very heroic because he is going to bite you and not anybody else.
I don't really think he can at this point.
No, no, he's got like one more. He does bite you, but just once, thankfully, for 22.
Is that slashing, piercing, or bludgeoning damage?
Yes, it'd be piercing with teeth.
It's
Yeah.
definitely piercing.
So that's 11.
So 11.
So that's 11.
I can
With
I can
the
count damage that away.
insane DPS, I don't think this will matter. But Yarick, you get the distinct feeling that you are starting to lose your hand, and if another successful bite happens, you are going to be sans a hand
Uh-oh.
for sure.
Gonna be Sans hands.
Sans hand for sure. There might be a counter and it goes to 3. Excellent.
I don't
Might
like
be a
that.
counter, and it might be going to 3.
All right.
Nothing's going to survive.
I'm
this
going
next
to
attack.
reappear from the shadows and stibbity stabbity.
Unless everyone
God
misses.
fucking damn it.
Possible.
Did you roll another natural 20 or did you roll a 1?
I rolled another 20.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, if everybody missed and he lost his hand, I was going to lose my mind.
Very
And
That
real
the
would
bitch
thing.
be-
Go
rolled,
fuck
bounced
you.
off the
That
wall,
would
and
be
stopped.
fucking a giant fuck you to me, and that would
That
be
would be-
hilarious.
Terrific.
This time, the original damage is only 7.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
sneak
That's not
attack
that crazy.
is going to make up for that. What was that? 7, the first one I said?
Yep.
Yes.
44 for sneak attack.
Okay. How do you want to kill this creature?
Whenever I go to stab it, I'm going to gauge where Yark's arm is, and as I stab, I want to pierce into it, flick my blade up, and kind of de-seam all the way up his arm.
Fillet the
Yeah.
arm out of
Yeah,
it.
you sashimi some meat off of him. Ugh. It's very easy to do. This creature seems fairly mindless. It is fully focused on its meal that is slowly starting to digest. You go up to Yark, shoulder to shoulder, and with a quick expertise that no one can match, you absolutely rip this thing a new, complete side to it. Slicing, like almost like a zipper style, you open it up, completely removing it from Yark's poor hand, which is a mangled, bloody mess as it comes off. The creature falls off to the ground, now in this kind of weird, bent and broken, sliced mess. See it now fearing for its life and not just the hunger. You see it slowly start to crawl away as it trying to mimic how it was, and you hear it say, "Help! Help!"
There is no help for you here in these woods.
So yeah, bitch, you do need some help. Cut that fucking head off.
It won't last a minute with that kind of wound. It's just trying to run with its last breath. Wow. The mimic is dead.
I say we
Noise.
help that motherfucker out.
Mark, your hand is it's looking bad. It's there's some digestive fluid on it that burns like acid, and there's these huge bite chunks like you were bit by like a Rottweiler like 100 times or so. And it's just kind of chainsawed your hand into this mangled mass. It's still you're still tough enough to use it if need be, but it's not looking good. That was almost dangerous. You think to yourself.
Yeah, yeah. You
Oh,
ever
yeah.
seen the inside of a sea turtle's throat? That's what it did to you.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ, man.
So he gives it a good flex. We're like, oh, there's gonna be fuel for the next one.
I mean, we can just throw a heal on it, right?
Right, guys? Right.
Someone can heal.
Oh yeah. I guess I'll let the rage drop. Be like, that tickled too much. Oh god, that tickled too much.
Too much tickling. Yeah.
I will cast 2 level 1 healing words on it.
Yeah, because I'm down a good
Uh,
42 hit point.
Yeah, good fucking chunk.
oh, that's
I mean,
11.
alright, hey.
The
That
green-white
is.
energy that exudes from Kalagath comes over and stitches your hand a little bit back together. You see the deep puncture wounds, dog-like, almost like if you've ever been bitten by a dog. The deep, uneven, hard-to-heal wounds kind of stitch themselves back together magically.
Oh yeah, that's real nice, nature boy.
Add another. Go ahead and add another 11.
Oh, that's even nicer.
That's all my level 1 spells.
I'll
So,
try not to stick that in anybody else's mouth.
uh, you guys are alone. The strange mimic creature dead at your feet. You still have farther to go.
With that, I'm gonna fade back into the shadows.
I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
give
Yeah,
that
I'm not.
mimic a good stomp in the back of the head as I walk past.
I'm just gonna fucking
Piece of shit.
stay behind everybody in the back.
Okay, okay. You all rolled so well with survival. Let's see. Me see.
So I think I've learned a lesson, guys. The next time we see someone asking for help, I just hit it with my axe first.
Not the worst advice. Looking for the cave, as described by the abbot. Um, A steep incline of the mountain range makes a sheer wall going straight up, far up, maybe 200 feet of sharply inclined rock. A huge boulder had fallen down at some point in the geologic ages, leaving a kind of lean-to with a long, jagged crack open in the stone wall nearby. Easy to miss if you weren't looking for it. The cracked rock cave entrance will require a little maneuvering to fit through, but is large enough for everyone to get in. I
Hey,
assume you all do.
Yeah, yeah.
I will
hey.
go first.
Mm. The cracked rock cave entrance does require a little maneuvering. The walls and ceiling, but once you enter through the jagged, just kind of lightning bolt shape of the cracked rock, it opens up immediately to a very
It's a
large
crack
cavern.
rock.
Oh yeah, New Orleans, baby.
Yeah, you I didn't remember delve into the crack rocks.
I really like this cave, man.
Walls and
Stack of
ceiling are
rocks, so.
thick, sharp, overlaying rocks. Thousands of years of pressure pressing these rocks into themselves, causing this uneven ocean of like jagged stalactites and uneven bends and breaks. If you were claustrophobic, this might be a problem for you. But
It's a good thing that's not my fear.
Kalgath walking in, bravely, angrily, I assume,
Oh yeah,
with the others hiding. I don't,
seething.
I'll be
um,
right behind him.
I don't think Yarick hides at any point, does he?
So, did Limpy stay with us?
Oh, I forgot about fucking Limpy.
Did did he get scared off by the thing?
I fucking was. I didn't make a note. I was like, oh, I'll remember that. Once he sees the horror of the mimic thing, he's gonna like there'd be a check. It's too late now.
Well,
Yes,
well, roll his check and just see whether he did or didn't.
you'd roll his check. It'd be a persuasion check.
Yarick has been
All right, Limpy.
constantly intimidating this guy and
22.
trying to scare him away.
I'm very persuasive tonight.
You are very persuasive. He was scared at first, but he saw you guys absolutely beat the shit out of this thing. So that kind of made things a little better. It's like, ah, monster, and you guys are just like, bop, 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 bop.
He's
Like,
like, oh.
okay, cool. Sorry about your hand, but you're kind of mean to me.
I take back my previous statement. Limpy goes first.
He's not gonna go first. He don't want to do that. That's the lie. That's the
Limpy will go second.
You're going behind me. I don't give a fuck what has happened.
He's pushing Limpy up and down
Limpy
the.
just down the line. Just
The fuck out of my way, Pipsqueak.
Walking in the large sort of antechamber of the cave. The cave has two distinct tiers, a wide basin-shaped ground floor with a huge jutting rock piece that acts as a sort of halfway second floor. Hastily made stairs go up at about 30 feet into the air to a wide flat rocks which the hags have been using as a living area. Walking in, hags have fallen a long way since their encounter with you. The matriarch, this sort of purple-skinned woman, has a ragged, limp arm held to her chest, a battle scar that seems to have never healed correctly. The sister, the other one that you dealt with the cooking of the pies, looks mostly okay, save for the cruel snarl on their face. They're looking right at you. It seems you have tripped their alarm, and they stand ready for you.
Did they have a specific name of their group?
No.
hold on.
Hags?
Hold
The
on.
ugly fat bitches that
Gang?
No, hang on.
I
their
just wanted to
bloods.
address them correctly.
I got it somewhere.
Just say you're a fat bitch, you're a fat bitch.
I'll find it. Continue.
They stare at you, having awaited your arrival, or you likely tripped their alarm spell. That's the most likely thing. In the center of this rock precipice bottom floor, this big basin, flat, huge rock area with like 30-foot high ceiling, is this jutting rock, this big cave. There is a huge 5-pointed star that has been etched into the rock. At each tip of the star, a person stands, covered in some sort of oil.
Like
As you enter,
sexually covered in oil. Sorry.
oh, you're in oil too? What?
No, I said they sexually covered in oil. I'm being
Oh,
a
it's more
horrible
like
guy.
crude oil, and not the
Oh.
fun kind of crude. Um,
What the fuck is going on,
the
dude?
people are. There are
Fuck.
others standing languidly around and give no reaction to your entrance whatsoever.
Are
As you
these
walk in,
mimics too?
you don't know. As you walk in, they give you a snarl. Caligath specifically, and also, um, you know, uh, Ashura from a different world. Caligath, you notice your brother. He is strung up, tortured, and skinned. He's kind of hanging from this rocky outcrop. They wrapped a rope around this big, like jutting angle of rock, so it barely hangs on there. And you see Ashura's hands are bound. He is mostly skinned, to be honest. You can see his muscles and bones, and you see various stab wounds, puncture marks, burns. They had their fun with him.
I will angrily.
It's like I will rage.
James, you don't. I will rage.
Roll for going anime.
I will pretty much go insane right now.
As
I charge them.
Calgath, you let out a roar of rage and anger. Seeing your brother like this is the worst, most maddening thing you could ever see in your life. And you let out a bellow for the ages that shakes the cave itself. The gauntlet is thrown for next time on D&D.
Ah, fuck.
I'll fucking come for you even after death.